Chapter 1, 1680. Advancing Immortal Gu. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Inside the sovereign immortal aperture. Mini central continent. Dark clouds covered the sky as thunder rumbled and lightning flashed. Fang Yuan's time path clone was standing high in the sky. He was observing the Gu refinement process cautiously to prevent any accidents. Under the dark clouds, the originally wide plain was now filled with deep craters. Bolts of lightning struck the ground, smashing the earth and creating half-spherical craters. The soil inside the crater was refined into a ceramic-like structure, with smoke rising up from them. The time is right. My main body should be making a move. The time path clone just had this thought when countless lightning bolts converged together into one enormous lightning bolt. Boom! The deep blue lightning bolt, resembling a heavenly pillar, struck a white boulder at the center of the plain fiercely. Instantly, the white boulder was split into pieces by the lightning bolt. Countless fragmented rocks flew out everywhere. The lightning was incomparably fierce. It had suddenly converged together and vanished just as suddenly. The white boulder that was the size of a hill exploded, but a small goo worm floated in the air. The goo worm was in the form of a butterfly with various colors. It was man as before Immortal Gu. I finally succeeded after failing 6 times. Not bad, not bad. Fang Yuan's time path clone was exulted upon seeing this. Man as before came from Taibai Yunsheng. Its origin could be traced back to Purple Mountain True Monarch. The original man as before Immortal Gu was only rank 6, which was only effective in healing rank 6 Gu immortals, and had barely passable effects on rank 7, often failing in its activation. Its effect on rank 8 was even more abysmal. Fang Yuan could use it effectively because of his sovereign immortal body's characteristic. Different kinds of Dao marks did not conflict with each other. But now that he was currently rank 8, rank 6 man as before was clearly too weak. But now, man as before, Immortal Gu was successfully advanced from rank 6 to rank 7. Fang Yuan's time path clone inspected it carefully and soon discovered the difference between rank 7 man as before and the rank 6 version. They both had the shape of a butterfly, but the rank 7 man as before was much more dazzling. Moreover, there was a change in the butterfly's body. It looked like a tiny, naked, and pale person. Although rank 8 man as before was more suitable for Fang Yuan, he was currently satisfied with advancing it to rank 7. Refining rank 8 Immortal Gu would need countless cultivation resources, which Fang Yuan currently did not have the ability to bear. Back then, old ancestor Shehu had almost emptied out his accumulation to refine rank 8 fortune rivaling heaven. Every member of Snowy Mountain Blessed Land had complained about it. What's more, old ancestor Shehu had cultivated for much longer than Fang Yuan in this life. This was, unless Fang Yuan spent his entire fortune like selling Donghun Mountain, Luopo Valley, Reverse Flow River, or Wisdom Gu to exchange for countless resources. But that was not worth the loss. Man as before might be a superior Gu, but it was not a crucial Gu worm like Spring Autumn Cicada. Fang Yuan did not have the extravagant hope of refining rank 8 Immortal Gu. He intended to advance most of his rank 6 Immortal Gu to rank 7. Because of the high quantity and the difficulty of Gu refinement, along with high failure rate, even if Fang Yuan invested all his current resources, it would hardly be enough. Fang Yuan had gained batches after batches of cultivation resources from the Grotto Heaven of the 5 Shangs, Qi Clan's Grotto Heaven, the Blue Dragon Whale Grotto Heaven, as well as Red Lotus Stone Island. However, Gu refinement was a bottomless pit. No matter how much investment was done, it would never be high enough. Fortunately, Fang Yuan obtained Regret Gu, which he used to construct a refinement path Gu formation that allowed a small portion of the Gu refinement process to be done again if it failed. When Fang Yuan's time path clone took the rank 7 man, as before Immortal Gu, the dark clouds had already vanished. The refinement path Gu formation slowly activated, and along with the killer move self-cleansing, they cleaned the Dao mark traces left at the scene. Next is landscape as before. The time path clone thought. In the list of Gu refinement plans, man as before and landscape as before were at the top, but there were still a lot more left. For example, Daegu, self-strength, pulling mountain, Strength Chi, Vajra Thought, Star Eyes, Star Thought. Unravel Mystery Immortal Gu was also important. After its rank was advanced, it could greatly increase the power of Unravel Dream, which was extremely beneficial in Fang Yuan's dream path cultivation. There were also Dogshit Luck, Chi Luck, Luck Inspection, Connect Luck, and Time Luck. These Luck Path Immortal Gu would also be an enormous help after they were advanced. Fang Yuan was lacking offensive methods in Luck Path, but its support function could not be neglected. Previously, Fang Yuan had used his Luck Path superiority to get rid of the pursuit of the multiple time path Immortal Gu houses of Heavenly Court. Advancing the ranks of Immortal Gu was all done by Fang Yuan's main body. The time path clone did not have enough qualifications because of low cultivation level. After receiving Red Lotus True Inheritance, Fang Yuan continued to stay in Red Lotus Stone Island. Besides him repeatedly refining Gu, Bai Ning Bing, He Lulan, and so on were also moving around on the island. They exchanged pointers with each other and did their best to adapt to their future self. Under the effect of future self, their battle strength climbed to first rate or even the peak of rank 7. This was already the limit of the killer move. With his subordinate strength rising to this level, there would no longer be awkward situations like before. Next time Fang Yuan battled, these people would have the minimum qualification to take part in the battle. The regrettable thing was that Fairy Miao Yin, Lady White Rabbit, and Sixth Hare were dead. Although Fang Yuan still had several enslaved Gu immortals like Qi Clan's Gu immortals, these people were far less reliable than the former. They were bound by a slave agreement which could very well dissipate under the power of their future self. So Fang Yuan did not intend to elevate them even though the future self-killer move could still be used on several more people. Advancing Immortal Gu became Fang Yuan's most important project and occupied almost all of his time. Occasionally, he used Fixed Immortal Travel's killer move to teleport to the Five Xiang's Grotto Heaven and continue refining the killer movie Heaven form. Fang Yuan had already obtained the true inheritance and was the owner of this Red Lotus Stone Island. Thus, he could use Fixed Immortal Travel to travel back and forth. Before this Red Lotus Stone Island had been protected by Red Lotus Demon Venerable Strength, which prevented methods like Fixed Immortal Travel. This was the same situation as in the Immortal Aperture inside the Blue Dragon Whale. Fang Yuan had already tested it, but unfortunately, he was unable to return to the Dragon Whale Grotto Heaven with Fixed Immortal Travel. Also, Spring Autumn Cicada might have reached rank 7, which expanded its detection range, but Fang Yuan did not go to look for other Red Lotus Stone Islands. Firstly, his current strength had not increased a lot. He still needed to process his gains. Secondly, Heavenly Court was also searching in the River of Time. Fang Yuan would have to avoid them if he ran into them. Finally, Fang Yuan's rank 8 Immortal Essence reserve was still accumulating because advancing Immortal Gu spent a lot of Immortal Essence. Time passed, several months went by quickly. Southern border. Boom! Earth tremored and mountains shook. Rocks and stones flew in all directions as an earth trench appeared. The vast aura of a wild Immortal Gu spread everywhere. This wild Immortal Gu has finally appeared. In the clouds, 3 Gu Immortals looked at the ground with smiles on their face. All right, let's compete according to the agreement we set earlier. Yes, earth veins are stirring more intensely, and wild Immortal Gu appear from time to time. We need to finish our battle quickly. The 3 Gu Immortals fought fairly. The atmosphere was harmonious. The influence of Southern Border's Righteous Path Superforce Alliance was becoming increasingly larger. Previously, Wu Yong led the Southern Alliance but was unable to deal with Fang Yuan. Instead, Fang Yuan used the pretense of undergoing tribulation to plot a trap in 5 regional mountain range. But it was not like the Southern Alliance had no gains. They obtained Tao Ju's true inheritance. After Lu Weiyin rescued many Southern Border rank 7 Gu Immortals from Fang Yuan's hands, he represented Paradise Earth's force and officially joined the Southern Alliance. It was perhaps due to Fang Yuan that the Southern Alliance's Righteous Path Gu Immortals restrained themselves, as they had a common enemy. They were inwardly apprehensive that as Southern Border's earth veins fluctuated repeatedly and cultivation resources appeared one after the other, Fang Yuan might suddenly come to fight over them. So Southern Alliance Gu Immortals did not fight each other to death. Instead, their fights became controlled. Heavenly Court. Fairy Ziwei's brows rose up in joy when she heard the report. Dragon Palace has been found. This is good news. Lord Duke Long had all along been searching for it, and now our Heavenly Court has discovered the Immortal Gu House Dragon Palace. Dragon Palace was an extremely powerful Immortal Gu House. Even Heavenly Court placed great importance on it. This Immortal Gu House has a deep relationship with Lord Duke Long. I should tell him this news first. When Duke Long obtained this news, he immediately brought Feng Jin Huang to Heavenly Court and handed her over to Fairy Ziwei to look after. Several days later, Duke Long returned without anything. Fairy Ziwei was surprised. Duke Long was extremely powerful in this current world. What methods could actually obstruct him? Dragon Palace is actually surrounded by a layer of Dream Realm. I cannot enter it. Duke Long sighed. Fairy Ziwei immediately understood the reason after hearing this reply. She consoled Duke Long. Lord Duke Long, you do not need to worry. The formation is already ready. It can use the strength of the whole of Heavenly Court's Grotto Heaven to suppress Spectral Soul. We will soon obtain his Dream Path research results. Duke Long laughed joyfully and said good 3 times. Spectral Soul's Dream Path research results naturally referred to the pure dream reality seeker physique. With this method, Heavenly Court could condense dream realms into pure dream reality seeker. Physique bodies, the dream realms surrounding Dragon Palace would be easily removed. That demon Fang Yuan has made no move recently? Duke Long asked. Fairy Ziwei shook her head. Ever since he escaped from the River of Time, there has been no news of him. Currently, all 5 regions are facing frequent movements of earth veins, with southern border situation being the greatest. Countless cultivation resources are being churned out. I really hoped he tried to loot these resources and gave us the opportunity to track him. But unfortunately, it is like he has completely disappeared. I have been using wisdom path methods to analyze every bit of information, but have not been able to find his traces. Comment. Duke Long nodded. Continue to pay attention to him. Even though this demon has reached rank 8, he has to face stronger calamities and tribulations now. This will definitely give him a headache. Although he can annex apertures with the sovereign immortal body, he needs rank 8 Grotto Heavens to skip grand tribulations. Furthermore, there is still the even more terrifying myriad tribulation. Even Fairy Ziwei felt her heart palpitate when she heard the mention of myriad tribulation. She nodded with a smile. Lord Duke Long is right. Fang Yuan might have advanced to rank 8, but how many rank 8 Grotto Heavens are there for him to annex? His cultivation won't change much within a short period of time. Currently, Fang Yuan lacks resources, especially time path resources. It will be almost impossible for him to face the arrangements we made in the River of Time. That means he will have no chance at getting Red Lotus' true inheritance. Although he escaped before, his immortal essence expenditure was extremely huge, and nearly all his trump cards were exposed. He needs to quickly accumulate rank 8 immortal essence, because relying on immortal essence stones has too low efficiency. He can only rely on his immortal aperture self-production. But the immortal aperture self-production requires time. If he quickens the rate of time of his immortal aperture, he will also accelerate the arrival of his calamities and tribulations as well. Once he has no more immortal apertures to annex, he will have to face tribulations. The time he undergoes his tribulation will be the time our Heavenly Court takes his life. Fairy Ziwei's eyes glistened brightly when she said this. Duke Long nodded, looking at Fairy Ziwei with praise. With you taking charge of Heavenly Court, I am at ease.